We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, like it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On the channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? An amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour, and this one is going to be just as good as every other one, guys. But so Bitcoin's down today, right? We're seeing 92,700 at the moment of me speaking, and it's okay. It'll all be okay. We're not going into a bear market, nothing like that, guys. This is a very healthy pullback. Will we see 88K? Maybe, who knows? But it doesn't matter, right? Because we do know that what this week entails. So this week in the US, we have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the single biggest onboarding day for retail in the entire calendar, right? That one day that everyone talks to their uncle, their grandparents, their cousins, sisters, friends, boyfriends, right? Everyone really gets onboarded on Thanksgiving, and they start buying in December. So I truly believe that we're going to see this again. I think that, you know, there's going to be a lot of people saying, hey, grandma, I know you have that 20,000 sitting there. It might be a good idea to put it in Bitcoin. You know, you might be able to make something on it, right? Because we know as Bitcoiners and we know as in crypto what next year is going to bring. Next year is going to bring riches. Next year is going to bring in a lot of retail that are going to get hurt, right? But it does suck. But if they get in now, they will be okay. If they get in June, if they call the grandson up and say, hey, I want to get in, that's when you get hurt, right? You don't get hurt by investing in November. You get hurt by investing in June. And I just think that, you know, if you do love your relatives, you will onboard them now and not onboard them next year. Don't do any onboarding next summer, because then you're just asking them to buy your bags. But guys, we have an amazing show for you guys today. Let's get this thing started. Bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Up, man. So who are you onboarding this Thanksgiving?
I'm looking at the people that might have you know, done me wrong a little bit in the past, a little grudge there with some of my family members. I'm going to get them to buy my bags later, and then the ones that I'm onboarding tomorrow are going to be the ones that I want to win. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, it's interesting because I never really thought about that. You know, the holidays being an onboarding time of the year, but it makes a lot of sense because I remember back from 2017 during Christmas, I was talking to a lot of my relatives, my aunt, my mom, and other people about Bitcoin and crypto, because there was a big rush during that period, and it onboarded them, and you know, but they were already kind of looking at it. And so it's going to be interesting to see how retail responds after Thanksgiving and then after Christmas as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I truly believe, the first week of December, I think we're going to see a lot of Coinbase apps being downloaded, a lot of Robinhood apps being downloaded, and a lot, maybe even a lot of Phantom wallets and Xros wallets being downloaded in the upcoming month of December. So I'm really excited for that. And to your point, yeah, you onboard the people you love in November, you onboard the people you hate in June. I think that's just that's just how it goes. But yeah, let's kind of get right into it here. A few housekeeping things, real quick. So we will obviously be off on Thanksgiving. I have to cook, unfortunately, and and then on Friday, we're going to take off as well. So there'll be no show on Thursday, no show on Friday, but we will have videos out for you guys probably all weekend. Look out for them. We're probably going to do. I might do maybe a tutorial of a test net or something. So I'll make sure we have some fun stuff for you guys when you guys are bored over the next over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it should be awesome as well. We'll probably have a members video out on Sunday for you guys as well. But tomorrow is big. Yagobi, I'm gonna break it down for them.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're doing a special segment of what we usually do for Merlin Mondays, but there is a launch coming around the corner for BTC.fun. It does use some of the mechanics of Pump Fund, but really focuses on, runes and BRC20s, which they deploy on layer 1 and bridge over right away. So there's going to be a really good user experience for someone that wants to launch a meme, but they have to select either Rune or BRC20. We'll get more into that tomorrow, and it's going to be pretty chill. Like, the team obviously is excited about their launch right around the corner, but we're going to have people from Emblem. I believe Adam McBride's going to come on. We're going to obviously have Mr. J, Fonzie, possibly some people from Bitcoin OS. We'll see. Maybe we can get Yago on and a couple other people, right? So it's going to be really chill, relax, right? We're going to talk about runes, memes, Bitcoin memes, and what the market looks like for them in the future, right? So look out for that tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be a 2,000 Merlin token giveaway, and we're going to split that up between about 10 people. So it's about $80 each, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. Don't miss so you can get a chance to win. We're going to spin that wheel.
If you do win those the $80 worth of Merlin, I highly recommend, maybe playing with that test token that's going to launch, or maybe getting in one of the first, BTC.fun tokens, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of money being made through these meme coins, especially on Merlin, where it's going to be so cheap to trade and going right to Merlin swap after it gets to that liquidity pool spot. So, yeah, look out for that tomorrow. Let's kind of get into today's show, though. We do have a lot of banners to get to. We do have 2 special guests today. We're going to have Saturn on, Hex from Saturn, so that should be fun. They just launched their testnet, and it is phenomenal. I was testing out this morning, so I reached out to him to have him on. He's going to be on 11:30, and then we'll have our guys Foxy on at 12. They got some updates for you guys as well, so look out for that. But right now, we're going to get into some of my favorite things in the world. That is charts. So let me find this chart. This is a chart from Crypto Rover. He's he's been in Bitcoin for a really long time, but he has this chart here. Let's say something funny.
I was just saying, Crypto Rover, to me, he's like one of those people that just points out the obvious. He's like, oh, sky is blue. Oh, Bitcoin go up. But anyways, let's look at these charts, because he might have something interesting to say for me today.
So he was basically saying here that the most of the Bitcoin gains will be made in December. It's kind of to your point. You've been saying this for a long time as well. But you can see right here, December 20, this is right here. This is the line. So you saw upward movement, kind of very similar to what we saw here, but we really didn't start rampaging until after December. So he's thinking we do the same. We really start rampaging after December here. So what do you think? What do you think? You see some sideways here and then a bump up going in after?
Yeah, so I think no matter what happens during a cycle period, that everything always rhymes. It might not, be exact or even close, but it will rhyme in some way, right? So I do think that we get similar to what we've seen in the past, which is an aggressive leg up in December, probably more Bitcoin than other stuff. But other stuff might start to, because Ethereum still hasn't really challenged its all-time high. But then, in the spring and then a little bit in summer, and then really the fall of the next year is supposedly the biggest pump up. So I do expect something similar.
Yeah, I agree. And you can see here, we had a couple little dips, right, in November. Not many in December, maybe a little bit, but it's pretty much up only. But here it looks pretty similar to what we're seeing here. I mean, not exactly, but in the context of, you know, up, but not a lot, but like, you know, you have these dips. So it seems to me like we're either right here or right here, right? One of these dips right here. So I definitely see us a dip in here and then maybe working our way back up going into December and then rocketing up to 200K maybe early next year and then having a great 2025.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be some interesting things that happen with the regulation, and if it is what we think it is going to be, like really friendly, then yeah, I agree. I think that that's a good trajectory. But I think we all are in like all this like euphoria because Bitcoin took off earlier than we thought, and so it's going to be interesting to see how December plays out because I did adjust my target, but before the end of the year, you know, between 110 and 120,000. And we'll see if that happens because we might not push through 100K before end of this month. And if we don't, then I think that that might be the new goal for December.
Yeah, I think we see 100, 118, 120 by mid-December. And then I'm thinking 130, 140, well, maybe 136 by the end, by January 1st. And because everyone's going to be prepared, right? And you're probably going to see a lot of people maybe selling for, you know, tax harvesting and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what that looks like, but that should be fun. But going to the next story here, CZ, B&B himself, he says, I am not against memes, but meme coins are getting a little weird now. Let's build real applications using blockchain. So this came to me like a breath of fresh air. I was like, I took a deep breath and said, maybe he's right. Hopefully he's right. He better be right. Because this is something that I am tired of. I mean, guys, I'm into making money. I love making money. A lot of these meme coins though are just not funny, right? So it's to me, it's just so hard to be in something that these community coins without communities. It's like these meme coins without being funny. It's I don't know. There is some really good ones, really good marketing behind them, really good communities behind them. Not gonna lie, but there's just so much trash and so much filth, especially on Solana, that it just from the outside person looking in, it's disgusting. Right? We had someone do something yesterday where they had to take down pump.fun. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go search it. A few things, right? It's just sad because we're trying to build the new financial systems here. We're trying to build the world of decentralization, but then you have things like Gas Pump Fun. Actually, I'm sorry. You have things like Pump.fun, or what is it? What is it? Pump
Is it pump.fun?
Fun. Yeah. And it's just disgusting. And I'm tired of it. And it looks like CZ is tired of it as well.
Yeah, I just it's built up to this point to where it's just pure greed at this point, right?
Yeah.
And people are doing these crazy things, live streaming at the sake of just trying to be rich, and that's all
Yeah.
they care about. And I think when you do that, you lose the plot a lot of times for what this industry is the main objective, right? To push people forward, to give people obviously financial freedom, new opportunities, and stuff like that. But you know, you want to do it at in a decent way, right? And I just
Yeah.
think that we've gone kind of off the rails a bit, right? And so I just think that he's kind of speaking towards that, but also I think what he's also doing is trying to regain trust in the public for utility tokens, because the trust
Yeah.
did lose a lot of faith in utility tokens the past cycle, because utility token companies and stuff stopped building because they were like, why should we, you know, whenever we're probably going to get a Wells notice if we get big, and regulation isn't really strong, and you know the innovation couldn't really get pushed forward like they wanted it to. So I think he's trying to restart that, and I think that's great. You know, we do need to restart that conversation and then bring confidence back to the utility sector of this space.
Yeah. I completely agree. But we have seen some utility tokens run, right? Cardano has ran. XRP, no matter, you know, I hate it, but I guess it's considered a utility token. But we did see a lot of tokens really take off. Polkadot went to $9 from $5. So it's not just a meme cycle this last couple months, but it's definitely something where it's being brought up. Everything's being ran first. Like the memes are kind of like front running Bitcoin almost too. But I think that's just because people think that it's kind of like last year's DeFi, right? But you got to remember too, last year's DeFi cycle, it went away for a little while. Like it kind of finished in August and didn't come back until like January or February. We did have some companies in between there, like Aave and Maker, really kind of push, but like a lot of the more speculation type of DeFi protocols, they kind of went away. And I think that happens with memes a little bit here. I think it's just going to get too saturated, and then but they do come back in a hurry and really kill it, and that might still be the biggest winner of the cycle.
Yeah, but the utility tokens that you just mentioned were all chain tokens, right? So that's the only ones that really have a lot of confidence in them, because it's hard to, you're not going to stop building unless your builder ecosystem completely stops building. So I think to really have an indicator, that I think to look to would be, these utility token projects that are within the chain ecosystem, like something like Fluid, right? Or what we have that's new on in Bitcoin with runes is Liquidium. Stuff like that is what people need to be able to build more confidence in from last cycle, other than just the chains, because the chains, it's kind of easy to have confidence in chains because you can look at volume and stuff like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, jump into the next one here. Morocco, who officially lifted its 2017 ban and legalized cryptocurrency. So this seems to be a trend right now. Countries kind of taking a step back and saying, we were wrong for banning this, and we're going to legalize it, because these countries aren't worried about controlling it anymore because they know they can't. They're more worried about being left behind. Being left behind, being a country who outlaws crypto, but then you see every other country around you really taking off and really becoming powers of the world that weren't expected. Like, I think El Salvador becomes a huge powerhouse in the future because they, with what they've done with crypto and volcano mining and everything else that they've done over the last course of 2-3 years. And places like Morocco, who's in that same category, you can consider them a third world country, not really, maybe second world, but not really kind of pushing the narrative, and they're going to be left behind if they don't get into it. And it looks like they are here.
Yeah, definitely about time for them to lift that, right? I think they just needed that verification of, hey, look, the United States is on board, all the world powers are on board, now they're able to lift it. But these are the type of countries that I've mentioned before that I think, need this the most is countries that are, you're right, they're kind of in between that second and third world kind of status. But this could be huge for countries that have a currency that's been debased, or at least like heading towards that. And it's about time for these type of countries to lift it. I think another country that would benefit immensely from being pro Bitcoin would be Venezuela, right? So they've been going through a lot of struggles the past 8 years, and so I'm happy to see this. It could have probably happened earlier, but definitely happy to see this for these countries that could use it.
Yeah, and it's monkey see, monkey do, right? Once one country does it, another country does it, another country does it. No one wants to be that last one, right? I think you're going to see that come in droves here. But I think nation states really start adopting Bitcoin. Yeah, they're legalizing it now. They're getting ready, but I think they don't really come until the summer. But I do think publicly traded companies, especially like Jiva here, Jiva Technologies adopts Bitcoin treasury strategy. So I think these publicly traded companies are adopting it now. The nation states will come later. And that's what's going to catapult us to my 700K number. And I truly believe that. I think nation states coming in the end, printing money to buy Bitcoin, it might even be a way to maybe prolong it into a super cycle, right? Because it's going to be just printing money. So, some people are thinking 2026 might be the end. But dude, we might see something where we don't have a bear market.
Yeah, I think it's that statement is, we got to see it before I can believe it, right? Just because it's held so true to the 4-year cycle.
Yeah.
And I know that could break by being more mass adopted and TradFi's in the game and stuff like that. So we'll just have to really see. And I think we're going to learn a lot towards it, if there is an end to this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously going to be an end to the giga pumps and stuff like that. That can't continue forever. But how it kind of slowly dissipates, and if it will be like a intense like sell down like it's always been every 4 years, that is something that we need to pay attention to.
Yeah. Well, what would be max pain? Max pain would be everyone getting out in November and then Bitcoin running for another year, right? That would be max pain. Like, that would be the worst situation for a lot of these people who believe in the 4-year cycle, where they're getting out at, it's to say 300K, 280K, and we run to 900K, right? So, you know what I mean?
No,
Like, That to me,
I don't think that would be
would be the worst situation because a lot of
That's
them
a
get out and they
greedy
get back
Max
in.
Payne. That would be a greedy Max Payne. Max Payne to me
I
would
mean,
be you think
that would be
that
the
like
worst.
there's not gonna no. Max Payne would be like, okay, this bull run is, it was premature. Like it actually started a year and a half ago. Because there's people that think this way, and they're on my timeline,
Yeah.
and they're saying the top is 120, and they might sell in like January or something or February because they feel like that. To me, is Max Payne. But like selling at like a typical bull market time frame, to me, you're going to have Bitcoin at a high price point, like 250, 300,000. That is not Max Payne. To me, that's a win still, even if Bitcoin goes to 500,000, 600,000. If you look at it that way as Max Payne, then you're going to constantly be in situations outside of Bitcoin that you create Max Payne for yourself because you're going to be bag holding a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be in that mentality of like, oh, I know it's going to go to this and I have to wait. Exactly. I'm not saying that people shouldn't like wait longer, but I'm just saying that mentality can get people in trouble and they end up holding back. Obviously, Bitcoin's a totally different situation. It's the top of the top for our industry. I'm just saying that mentality is dangerous.
So to me, Max Payne would be getting out at 300K and then Bitcoin shooting up to 900K and then never falling back to 300K. So now I don't have any Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the bear market, let's just say, goes back to 700K, 600K. It never goes back to my number. I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, and I never can get back in. And then I miss it. And then Bitcoin goes to 6 million. That to me would be complete Max Payne because I knew it. I knew Bitcoin was going to fly up, and I still got out because I got greedy.
So then
took
no,
profit in
because
fiat.
you have to remember, like, this is all about discipline, mental discipline, right? So if you got out in November at, let's say, 300,000, you cash out, you pay off whatever you have, right? I'm not talking about you specifically, just some individual,
general,
right?
yeah.
You have no debt in fiat, you have no debt to the government, you have no debt to any companies, right? And then you won still in terms of like a profit gain, right? And you see that Bitcoin shot up to 900,000 and it doesn't seem like it's heading back close. You have to bite the bullet at that point and start to buy Bitcoin. And even if you lost, you still cleared your debt. You're still debt free from the companies and the government and everything else.
This whole thing isn't about being debt free. It's about financial freedom. Like I don't give a fuck. I'd rather have millions of dollars in debt and still be able to have that Bitcoin sitting at $2 million.
That's still a part of financial freedom is being debt free, bro.
That I don't see it that way. To me, to me, it cares about how much. It's not about how much debt I have. It's about how much Bitcoin I have because that Bitcoin's going to continuously go up forever, and it's going to outpace that debt no matter how big that gets.
That's fine, but you can pay off your debt and still have Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's the thing. That would be Max Payne, though. To me, no, I'm getting out here. Bear market starts now, and it never stops.
I think that's a dangerous mentality to have. Is like,
and I think the way you're thinking is dangerous. Getting out way too early, that is dangerous.
No, what's dangerous is
it's going to go to 6 million in 4 years,
bro. Like you can't 100,000% guarantee that. That's what I'm
trying
to say.
6 million, whether it's not 4 years, maybe it's
the mentality that you have right now to me is someone that's like, I cannot miss this. I cannot miss this. And to me, that's like someone that's like, well, no, if you're in the space every single day, you will definitely make gains, in other ways as well, and get more. You can get more Bitcoin in other ways, but if you go from buying Bitcoin at 60,000 and you cash out 300,000, how is that a loss, bro? That is not a loss.
It's a loss because I don't have Bitcoin no more. That's the loss.
Yeah, but you can always get Bitcoin in the future. Is my point. If you're smart, if you're smart,
900K.
If you're smart, well, you can also do it through other projects, other cryptos to get more Bitcoin. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
Get into that Bitcoin price action brought to you by Bitpanda. Bitpanda is going to be the leading leverage trading platform in the entire ecosystem, in my opinion. And that's because you're going to be able to trade memes. You're going to be able to take leverage on Mr. Yen, layer 2 assets, pretty much anything that you want to in the ecosystem. And that's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And I'm excited for Bitperp. Their paper trading contest just ended, but they're going to bring it back probably in a few weeks with new updates and a brand new way of doing things over there. They're going to have these updates are going to be huge. I can't wait. So check out when that opens back up and their launch on mainnet probably early next year.
Yep. Guys, also, before we get into the Bitcoin price action, if you're on the YouTube side, please smash that like for us. It helps us a lot. And then also subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you know when we are live. And then on the X side, hit that like and share the space for us, guys, if you wouldn't mind. All right, let's get into some Bitcoin price action. Brought to you guys by the great people at BitPerp. You can visit BitPerp at bitperp.io to learn more about them. But let's jump into the price action here for the 1 hour chart. You can see here, honestly, I did not expect for Bitcoin to dump this hard. I was talking yesterday that I thought maybe we'd get to like 95.5 and hover all the way back, kind of chop back and forth. But we got all the way down to 91.8. And I was on the wee hours of this morning, right? And so we definitely did dump. We were freaking hanging out here, and this started on early yesterday. We were at 98.7 thousand with huge legs down right here, and then a little bit of bounce up, and then another decent size leg down. Seems like we want to try to come back up here. Could happen. A lot of people were talking the main topic of discussion the past couple of days has been Michael Saylor and Michael strategy, and I feel like that's been scaring people because they're like, he has this bubble of selling MicroStrategy bonds and then buying Bitcoin, and Bitcoin goes up, and then MicroStrategy stock goes up because they have more Bitcoin, and it's like this house of cards. But I think that is just smart bears probably in the media too, trying to get the price of Bitcoin down, and it looked like it worked a little bit, right? But anyhow, we have been in sell pressure here since yesterday afternoon on the hour chart, so barely any buy pressure at all. So I do expect for some buy pressure to come in. Do I expect it to happen before Thanksgiving? Possibly. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the sell down continues, because like I said, we got down to 91.8. We're at 93.7 right now. In terms of indicators, it does look like we are due for a little bit of a pushback up. We did bounce back from 91.8 to 93.3 is where we are now. So I wouldn't be shocked if we did kind of bounce back to 94,000, between 94 and 95,000 for the second half of today. We shall see. In the 8-hour chart, which is more of a weak forecast, you can see here there's sell pressure just building up on the MACD. We got up here to overbought, and then it was time to sell down. So this is kind of showing us that maybe for the next 7 days we'll be dealing with like choppiness to the downside. That leads into the first week of December. Kind of makes sense, right? Things typically get interesting, I would say, probably towards the second half, middle of December, to where things get a bit aggressive for Bitcoin again. But again, every cycle is different a bit. It rhymes almost every single time, but not exactly the same. But we'll see what happens here. We just got into oversold and then territory here, it looks like at the end of 2 days ago. So yeah, we got a week ahead of us. Probably don't expect any giga pumps from Bitcoin, but every time I say that, it does a giga pump. So I don't really know what to tell you guys on this. Bitcoin's been really hard to predict what's going to happen, but I will say for the rest of today, probably bounce back and make some gains back from yesterday.
Yeah, when's the first? Is Monday the first?
Calendar here. The first is
that's
Sunday.
gonna be a big day in my opinion. So Monday's gonna be huge. Monday's gonna be monstrous in my opinion. I think a lot of people are gonna open these accounts, and then potentially when your bank opens back on Monday, I think Monday and Tuesday are gonna be huge. I really do. And then you have to remember too, we're gonna get another CPI report. We're gonna get another Fed meeting probably the second week of December. I think we are gonna get another cut. I'm just so bullish, dude. I'm so bullish on the next couple weeks, like insanely bullish.
Yeah. Perspectives change very quickly in our space. For example, before we couldn't get past 74,000 forever. We've tried multiple times throughout the year, couldn't do it. Finally got through it. Then 80,000 was a little bit of a journey, but it took us, I think, maybe 2.5 weeks after we crossed back over 75,000 or 74,000. And then we just really fast forwarded everything to where we were, 99,500, right? And so when I look back at it, your perspective will adjust. And I think at first we were like, oh, we're just happy here. Oh my God, we never expected 98,000. Now we're looking at 93,000, 94,000, 92,000. We're like, ugh, this is nasty, but it's not. If you look back from a month ago, right? This is actually amazing where we are right now. So I would just probably, relax, pump the brakes. We haven't seen anything with second, alt markets or even the Bitcoin ecosystem yet, in my opinion.
And still a 6% dip. Like, really? We really crying over a 6% dip right now? We went up like 50% this month. Like, I think it's like 42%. Like, I'm not, guys. This is, to me, this is much needed. I feel like it's healthy. If we went up to 110, 120K, I would be scared shitless. Because I'd be sitting here like, oh man, we're gonna fall back down to 50. Because that's the kind of mentality it happens. Because there's way too much leverage in the system. And what do? They come and just smack it out. But yeah, I do like these healthy pullbacks. And if you look at the S&P 500 too, it doesn't just go up, right? It goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. And you got to remember, those are the people that are in Bitcoin now. The same people who invest in the S&P, the same people who invest in the QQQ. They are now buying Bitcoin, and they've been doing this for 30 years, 40 years. They're not changing the way they do things. And I think Bitcoin will now adapt that way of up only with, these nice dips.
Yep.
All right, we're just waiting for Saturn here. Hex is going to be joining us in a few seconds, but let's take a look at their decks while we do. So Saturn had a tweet this morning. It says, "We are live. Experience AMM swaps, opening LP positions for the first time, and the base layer of Bitcoin, all at lightning fast speed." So I had the pleasure of testing this out today, and it looks like our man of the hour is here. What's up, Hex?
Yo, how you doing?
Good,
man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
All right, let's kind of get into it. So tell us what's going on. Break it down for us, man. What happened today?
God, you tell me. It's been it has been crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we knew people would be excited about it, but we just didn't anticipate it exploding to the degree that it has done. Like, I mean, we've never seen the testnet faucet actually running out of testnet Bitcoin, which is crazy to see. And obviously, we've been toying around on testnet for a while, so we've been watching like the mempool activity there, and like, yeah, I mean, it's been like one transaction per block, and now since like the launch of Saturn, you're just seeing constant blocks going through 550 transactions, which is crazy for so many reasons. Like, I mean, one of the, I don't really know if I should. Yeah, I mean, one of the guys that we work with is a large Bitcoin miner, and it was a bit of like a penny drop moment for him. He was like, "Holy shit! Like, this is a lot more fees." And I was like, "Yeah, like Bitcoin is fully becoming usable with this." So yeah, it's been wild to see. I'm shocked that nothing has broken catastrophically yet. I mean, it is a testnet phase. Like, we wanted to put this out, see how it did, and we never imagined a stress test like this, and everything's going well. I imagine there are some things that we will need to like patch up. Like, we have spotted some minor bugs, so I'm sure there'll be some scheduled downtime at some point. But yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy day.
Yeah. So, I have to admit, Shizzy showed me this morning in pre-show how fast the DEX works and the accounting behind it on the Arch side that you guys are using, and it's lightning speed in terms of doing the swap and then balance update, and then obviously whatever functionality that you guys are using with the Bitcoin side, that's going to always take the the block time and stuff. My question is, during testnet, are you guys able to manipulate the mempool to make it kind of sporadic with block times, or is it 10 minutes per block every time?
Not really with testnet. I mean, testnet is still just a mining environment. Obviously, there's a lot less miners in there. I mean, like, just a minute ago, a load of miners pushed through like 5 or 6 or like empty blocks or so. So it can be quite random. But obviously, yeah, it's really difficult to replicate that mainnet environment. But I think like the important take-home message here is that no matter what's going on with the mempool, that won't affect speed and settlement within Arch. So you'll be able to trade on Saturn as fast as you currently are now all the time. When that eventually settles into your Bitcoin wallet, yeah, that's kind of up to just the layer to decide.
Amazing. I'm actually going to show you guys how fast it is right here. So right now, you see I have 14,000. You can't stop freedom, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to trade.
Everybody loves that ticker, right? It's
It's
the highest TVL token.
Wait. Is this actually on mainnet too?
It isn't yet. So we're working with the guys. We work with those guys for a while, and they're going to be doing an airdrop to Saturn users. And they
Let's
wanted to do like a
go.
fun little
Love it.
marketing campaign with the testnet, make like this replica rune, but like the reception of it's been crazy. And I mean, yeah, the next few hours they're going to be dropping a bomb as well, so keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, it's super cool to see people loving that. I think it's a banger meme.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites so far. I've been going through this, and I added some liquidity to the pool. I did BDC, Billion Dollar Cat is over here, and Yagobi smiles when he sees that. And then so it was really cool experience. So you guys did have a couple different things here. Could you kind of explain to me the difference between this one, and this one? These are the fee rates, and why is there 3 pools?
Yeah, so it just depends on the fee percentage that you want. So higher volume pools, they're going to have lower fees, and lower volume pools are going to have higher fees. And that's essentially just going to make sure that every participant is economically incentivized appropriately.
Could you put like a scenario in, I guess, give us a scenario real quick so the audience can kind of paint a picture here. So let's say that like I don't care about fees. Why would I want to use the higher liquidity pool fee?
Well, as a liquidity provider, you'll be earning the most amount of fees. So the AMM is going to take whatever liquidity you allow for. Obviously, it's going to prioritize the cheapest prices there. But if it does dip into your higher percentage fee pool, that you can get wicked into that. So I imagine in like the opening couple of weeks of this on mainnet, I think some of the higher percentage fee pools are going to be pretty profitable until we get like high levels of liquidity there. But I mean, if you're just made a new token or something and there's no liquidity out there, making one of these high percentage fee pools is going to be in your best interest.
Gotcha. Okay. So it also kind of goes towards like the risk reward type of situation. The more solid a token is, then there's going to be like all these levels will be filled up. I got it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing. So how's your morning been? Has it been stressful? Would you say that you've haven't slept last night? Like how'd it go?
I mean, again, I didn't expect today being as crazy as it was, so I slept like a baby last night. But yeah, got up this morning and just put on the techno like 10 out of 10 loud and just started like ramping up all the tweets and stuff, making sure that we're all ready dev-wise. But it's been crazy. It's like playing really intense video games today, like trying to keep up with all the engagement, all the different group chats, all the incoming messages and stuff. But it's been super fun. I live for days like today.
Yeah, it was really cool. I had a little issue this morning, so I reached out to you. You got back to me like right away, and I was like shocked. I was like, oh wow, but you're definitely on customer service today. How's how's the engagement with that?
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're a real small team. There's like, I mean, really, there's like me and the mods, bless them, who are doing an incredible job, and that's kind of it. And it's obviously me on the socials as well. So super small team, having to obviously wear a lot of hats and having to be in a lot of places at once. But yeah, again, I like it. The reception's been incredible. I much prefer this than if everything was going wrong. Obviously, there are going to be days where everything goes wrong. So this is a much easier day for me than usual.
Yeah. You talked about the miner that's involved with kind of this testing with you guys, and they were impressed in terms of, you know, obviously miners are happy whenever they realize that the incentive looks good for them through a new innovation with Bitcoin and stuff like that. Do you expect there to be like support from the miner, I guess, industry because you're already seeing that? Do you think that this is going to be a big push for something like Arch Network?
Yeah, so I mean, like, just to there's a massive goal here, but one that we don't know how well we're going to be able to achieve yet. But that just being that mining is becoming more and more unprofitable. Every 4 years, mining gets half as profitable, and that is an issue. It potentially threatens the whole security of Bitcoin and undermines its whole philosophy. So it's very important that we can get on-chain activity to a point that miners feel incentivized to be competitive there, so no one has majority mining share. Very simple issue, and we're a long way away from that. But to see these opening steps now and to see some of these miners actually being interested in how much on-chain activity this is actually going to bring, I think this is a good indicator of where this ecosystem could be heading. So I think this is a major deal for miners. There's a much larger critical problem that we need to solve here, and I think like slowly but surely we're going to be getting there.
Gotcha. So what comes next for you guys? You got testnet out today. How long is this testnet going to be, and what's after that?
Yes, I just pushed a tweet out myself. Like, obviously, today's amazing. I love everything about today, but like, yeah, bit of reality. Like, there are going to be bugs. There's still some more work to do. That is going to take some time. But yeah, we are rushing to mainnet as soon as we possibly can. Like, we're all aligned on that. But part of this is the testnet phase, and I mean, everyone that's been testing out the site so far has been incredibly helpful, raising issues, noticing all these weird and wonderful quirks about the website that we hadn't found before. So that's been brilliant. And the more of that we can do, the better, the quicker we can get to mainnet. But yeah, ultimately, we do see this platform being used quite extensively. So it being as secure and as safe as possible is more important than anything. But yeah, in terms of next steps, so like a bit of a smile on my face because I know that we've got like 2 or 3 major updates to the site coming that we haven't even whispered about yet, which is really fun. There's lots of other weird and wonderful additional things here we can do on like the LP side of things. I mean, you look at some of the really interesting LP dynamics that you've seen on Solana, for example. Meteor, a tip of the hat to them, who've been doing a fantastic job of creating a lot more interesting. I mean, for example, like dedicated burn tokens to a liquidity pool to make sure a dev can never rug a liquidity pool and things like that. And all of that is possible on Bitcoin, but it's just going to take time to build. And there's another thing that we're in a little bit of a space race with another team on, who are trying to do it in a let's just say a slower way than we are. So hopefully we can beat them to that as well. So the next few weeks should be fun. But then yeah, outside of that, a lot of testing, a lot of cranking, and yeah, hopefully mainnet as soon as possible.
So what do you guys say? Like early Q1, late Q1? Like what is the expectation right now?
I've been in the space long enough to know that if you say a date, it's bad omen and things will go horribly wrong. So I refuse to give a date, just as soon as possible.
That's probably a smart move.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I know you have a call here in a few minutes. You have a few more minutes?
Yeah, I can hang on for another 20 minutes.
Okay. I want to, yeah, I have a question for you, and I don't know if you can answer this, but you are testing within Arch, and you're getting really, really familiar with this, utilizing these prover networks. It seems like, this approach of, doing off-chain compute and having this, in a way, like, minimal trust assumption prover network is going to be the new approach to, scaling Bitcoin and possibly other UTXO chains that don't want to give up security. Is that how you see it? Do you think there's going to be a network of these kind of validator prover networks?
Yeah, I mean, you did say one thing there, which is off-chain, which I do just want to pull you up on, because this is a blockchain of sorts. It does have validators in the same way that Solana has validators. So this is a verifiable chain. So you really are taking on the same trust assumptions you are with something like Solana from a maker point of view. From a taker point of view, you take on no trust assumptions. Do I see this kind of being the more adopted use case? This is a really philosophical discussion. I think like, on one hand, on the Disney side of things, like I really do hope that we can take Bitcoin even further. I love what we're doing with Opcat. Sorry, I think that's a really cool innovation. We're doing some really fun, quirky things here. But I think in terms of like real economic value, real on-chain use cases, I think we're going to need something with a little bit more firepower, something like an Arch. So I think just from where users and liquidity are going to flood to, I think it's pretty difficult for me to see a situation where more obscure, difficult to use apps will take advantage over some of these parallel execution layers, just out of like pride or whatever. I think from a user point of view, especially if you're a taker, like I don't see any reason why you wouldn't go for something like an Arch. It's just aligned with all of your incentives.
100%. I agree with that. I mean, the flexibility seems to be amazing for once you do have assets on Arch and stuff like that. So I'm super excited because I do think that this is going to be the approach, because at the end of the day, my perspective has changed a lot from wanting to have a DEX last year and understanding like the limitations of Bitcoin, saying, okay, that's not going to happen, to, hey, we need to add the opcodes to make it happen, to actually, I don't want to add opcodes because now we have stuff like Arch, to make, you don't have to give up security, and which is the strength of Bitcoin. And now you can actually have these environments and ecosystems to do anything you want. And actually, I think that's going to make the layer 1 assets more valuable, because, on layer 1, they only move like checkers, right? Like very not flexible, but you can take them to a place that's flexible. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I
100%
think.
too,
Sorry,
man.
just had to run and get a password. Sorry about that. Yeah, and I think that's kind of like the ace up its sleeve for Arch is that we don't need to convince anyone to trade a new token standard. We don't need to tell anyone to wrap their assets. Like these are assets that people already are buying. There's already a load of volume, and they're already incredibly like valued right now. So it's like we don't need to convince users to buy anything they're not already buying.
100%.
100%. So, what's it like working with these other projects that are in Arch right now? Are they reaching out to you? Because a lot of different things are going to need dexes afterwards, and adding maybe your API and stuff like that. Do you see maybe other projects reaching out to you pretty often?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been in like this weird place for the last 2 months, and it's funny. I saw a tweet earlier, a reply saying like, "It's so good to use, I almost don't believe it." And like that's kind of like the message that we've been getting with a lot of the partners that we've been speaking with is like, "Hey, this sounds great, but like, yeah, I don't know. We kind of have to see it for ourselves." And I think now, I mean, the influx of messages we've had today has been pretty obscene, but yeah, I think the applications that we'll see from here are extensive. I mean, we're yet to see a borrow lend, we're yet to see a launch pad. I think a really interesting application to be building here is a wallet that has a good UI that reflects Arch. Because I mean, at Unisat and Xverse at the moment, you're only gonna see it once it settles on Bitcoin. But if you have like an Arch compatible wallet, you'll be able to interact with like the Arch state itself and see what's going on there and just feel a little bit more secure. So I think there's a bunch of really interesting apps that can be built here. I remember we spoke on this in the last show last week that do we see this being more of like a consumer facing app or more of like a fundamental pipeline application? And same response really, where I think initially this is going to be very consumer facing because it's the only place where people can do this kind of business. But eventually the APIs will make their way into native wallet swaps. They will make their way into launch pads. They will make their way into borrow lend platforms. So eventually we will be a bit of a pipeline product, but yeah, for now we have to wear a couple of hats.
Amazing. I have a question about the site here. So you guys have this mint runes thing here. So what is happening here? Am I actually just minting them on layer one? Like what is this mint runes tab?
Yeah, so just full disclosure, you won't be able to mint any runes on the mainnet version of this. This is we built this kind of throwaway section of the site because we needed people to be able to easily get testnet runes. So these are runes that are etched on testnet 4, and this is simply just a button that will allow you to access these testnet 4 runes so you can plug them into the platform.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of sense because I was wondering how you guys would be able to do that. And then there's a lot of competition with that as well, unless you guys were using like Luminex or something as like an API or something.
No. Yeah, we definitely want to stay in our lane there. Like there's incredible, like teams have built some incredible launchpad projects there, rune minting projects there. So yeah, we don't want to dive too much into that space. That's a job that's already done incredibly well.
Amazing.
Yep. Excited about it.
So you have any last words for the community before we kind of let you go? When you have a call.
Yeah, no, I mean, not a lot really. But thank you so much, everyone, for all the support and socials. This is super cool. Building on Bitcoin is super tough. You guys are hard to please. So we've been pulling out our hair the last few months to make a product that hopefully people like, and it does seem to be that way. So yeah, thanks for all the support. That's awesome. If you haven't already, I know like if you're used to using Xverse, you haven't downloaded a Unisat or whatever, just take the extra steps, take 5 minutes out of your day, give it a punt. Like I really do think it's worthwhile doing. We did hint at the incentivized testnet launch today, so obviously you can join the dots yourselves. And yeah, give it a go. And if you can find any bugs, I'll buy you a beer at the next conference.
Hey.
And guys, go check this out, guys. It's SaturnBTC.io. You go there. You need to change your wallet to testnet. They have a faucet for you. Everything is on their Twitter. I can put the Twitter handle in the comments for you guys as well. Go check this out. Go test it. Try and break it so those guys can fix it and make sure it is absolutely perfect for mainnet. We really appreciate you, Hex, man. And we're going to be having Arch Thursdays. Arch Thursday will not be this week because of Thanksgiving, but the following week and every Thursday after that, we're going to have Arch Thursdays. And Hex, you're invited to every single one of them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Take care.
All right. Take it easy.
Cheers, guys. See ya.
Amazing. So guys, so I gotta kind of apologize to you, Yagobi, because we had a show a couple weeks ago, and it was about Arch, and I was saying like, dude, I need to see it. Like, I need to see it. Like, I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired of hearing about like this off networks, and I just need to see it. And I'm finally seeing it, and I'm impressed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, it all comes down to how they're able to, you know, make things more flexible with minimal trust assumptions. And I was hearing what they were doing, you know, and it was something that Bob Bodley used to talk to us about a long time ago,
Yeah.
you know, like a network of provers, right? And that's the only way that you can really, you know, have computation. It's going to have to be off chain, but the network, the way that Arch is doing it, I like, because they are a ledger in themselves, right? So they are like a Solana or something. So you can always refer to their chain in that sense, or their ledger, right? To see what happened and all these things. So the quickness, that part, I wasn't sure, you know, but the one thing that I used to say, and I used to say this, I said, if they do have an edge over Tap, it's that they were able to custom build their prover network and how fast it works with their you know, their ledger and Bitcoin, as opposed to something that already existed in ICP. Right now, I'm not saying ICP isn't fast. I'm just saying, you know, ICP existed before the idea happened.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah, and so I had some comment that was like, well, Taproot Swap's already doing this. There's no reason to wait. Taproot Swap is slow, right? So I'm just curious why. Maybe there's a team building, but why aren't they using ICP more as a prover network the same way that Saturn is using Arch as a prover network, right? So it's like, to me, it's just like they're kind of missing that sense of urgency there, where Solana guys aren't going to use Taproot Swap. It's too slow, but they will use something like Saturn.
Yeah. So I will say this, that, you know, if you want your Bitcoin right then and there in your account, you're going to have to wait too on Saturn, because whenever I used Taproot Swap, I was unfortunate and I got into blocks that were extremely slow.
Yeah.
So there was something going on or something like that. So like I said, the way Taproot Swap works is I was trying to sell my Tap to Bitcoin, and I did that. And first you agree. So you click the button to agree. So that's not a transaction, but it's a step. And then it says, okay, now send the inscription step, right? So then so step 2 is actual first transaction. You send that over to Bitcoin, and I got stuck in a 30-minute block. So that sucked, right? So, but at the end of the day, like, Arch is going to have to deal with that too. Now, I think the difference is the communication messages weren't as clear on the Taproot Swap as whenever you showed me how Arch works, because I would feel comfortable, you know, the way it showed. Even if the blocks are slow, they still say, hey, your balance is this, you know, or whatever. Like in Saturn, you've done this trade. This trade is done. It's just processing. You know, I didn't see that in Taproot Swap. So this is, I guess this would be a message to them to make it more clear for the messaging.
Well, that's the thing though too. Is like, yeah, you're saying my Bitcoin isn't available on the. I can still take the same Bitcoin and go to something on Arch, like a lending protocol, and I don't even got to wait for that block to go. I can still take that Bitcoin.
That's the difference.
Same thing, and then take it to another product that's using Arch and do something else there and do a DeFi protocol. You know, so it's like, yeah, it's on the main chain. It's not like saying my Bitcoin balance there, but I'm still able to work around the Arch network because that is reading everything that I need to do. Yeah, if I go to Taproot Swap now from Arch, then I'm just like, okay, now I gotta wait. But if I just keep using the DeFi that's on Arch, it's no problem. It's Solana.
Yep. Okay, so we got, like, you know, a little bit of time before Foxy comes in. There's a couple things I was thinking that we should hit on. Number one,
I got hit on roll call.
Okay, all right. So after roll call, we should do the title of the show, and I have those websites ready. So.
All right, cool. We'll bang this out real quick, guys. First is first here. We got Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo. He loves me and I love you. He says graveyard. Let's effing go. But no, sir, you made the live show. Shout out to you, my friend. Mr. Hanky.
Love the Billy.
First. Love the Billy. Webdro is here. Chief Axel's in the building. Kirk is here with a GM. Yasher said raised from the graveyard again. Yes, Yasher, you're in the graveyard, but you made it, bro. So I guess you're in the regular show. Glasshopper is here. We got PJNZ. Joko is in the building.
Jelly.
Peanut butter jelly time. Shout out to you. Ordinals Chips is here. Ordinals Tweets. Shout out to both you guys, the twins, the brothers of destruction. Hit Ordinals Chips hits me with an Act and Shizzy. Ordinal Tweets hits me with a Yagobi and Hidden Gem. No idea what either of those comments mean, but I love you anyway. Mempool Punk is here. Matt says GM guys. Sixes is here. Yasher is here. He says YouTube, you unhearted B. Shout out to Yasher. Nighthawk is here. Mr. Cheaty's in the building. Absolutely new all-time high in December. Let's go. Cheaty goes, "What's up, guys? What's up, Cheaty?" I walk alone. He said, "Hurry, send all your Bitcoin to me before it goes to zero." There you go. Steamy J is here. Nagi, Glasshopper, Patty Poo is here. ASAP, Benji, Danny Boy, Sammy Turnpike right down the street. He said, "What's up, buddies? Love you guys. Good to be here. I'm onboarding all anyways." Shout out to Sammy Turnpike, man. Driving up and down the turnpike. Let's go. I Walk Alone is here. Chota is here. Cat Daddy. He says, "What's this? The hidden Bitcoin strategy?" Yeah, we're going to get to that in a little bit, I promise. Ant-Man is here. What's the hidden strategy? We got you guys. We got you guys. Don't worry. Bitperp is in the building. How's it going, guys? What's up, Bitperp? Tim Baker, AOD Art, 2 Pump Fun. Let's go. Yasher is here. Mike Bennett is here. Patrick Nand. Tarnished is here. He says, "If the I'm not even gonna get into that." Chief Axel is here. Mike Bennett is here. Pelpa is here. Matt says, "Any idea on Bitperp VIP pass?" Some of us won. Yeah. You guys will have your VIP pass. We'll get into that a little later. We'll answer that question. Pelpa is here. Fixed is here. Mike Bennett is in the building. Probably said you twice, but I'll say you 3 times. No is here. And it looks like I'm going to round that up with my man, Ant-Man. Shout out to all you guys, man. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. So I figured we jump into Foxy, and then we hit on the topic.
Yeah, we can end it. Yep, we can do that.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right. I think we have the man, the myth, the legend here with us.
Yes, sir. Let's bring him up. Aaron from Foxy. Let's bring up Aaron. What's up, Aaron?
Hey guys, how's it going, man?
What's up,
Going
bud?
well, bro.
You guys doing good? Nice.
Yeah.
I'd be doing better if you didn't snipe me a couple times yesterday. What were you gonna say, Susan?
No, I was gonna say not to scare you, but we do have 530 people listening to every word you're saying. So no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, to Yagobi's point, we were playing with Aaron last night in the Bitverse, and Aaron is a beast. It's probably you get a lot of practice.
No.
Yeah. Well, he's really good at like acting like he's going to show you how to do something and then just kill you. So like yesterday, I was trying to figure out how to get on top of a building. It was like, "Come over here. You got to come over here." Headshot.
I did show you, and then I killed you. Right.
To be fair, you did show me. So that is one of the things I wanted to talk about right off the bat was, Clan Wars was something that a lot of people have been really excited about. Obviously, building a first-person shooter game is really intense, and you guys were kind of going through the ups and downs of that. But I feel like you've gotten to a place to where the game is completely smooth. You can, do things that you couldn't do before. An example would be like jump on top of buildings, kind of take a sniper position. Nothing that I would try to do, but those type of things. And also with the sniper rifle and the new lightsaber and stuff. Could you talk about like what is the latest updates and what someone could expect before, not playing the game at all and playing it for the first time?
Yeah, so it's normal, for people who've never played a first-person shooter, struggle a little bit to learn the keys and things like that. That's completely normal. But it's very simple to adapt. You play maybe an hour or two, and then you actually become sort of, decent. So for anyone who's new to gaming, you'll easily adapt to it. Now the game is running really smooth now. I'm really happy with the outcome that we've done. It's really smooth. A lot of the features are functioning really well. Of course, there's a lot of things that we still need to adjust. But like you said, I think we've reached that point where we can actually continue moving forward. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do most likely this Saturday. We're going to do a Clan Wars. So that's going to be amazing. And we're going to offer prizes as well. So we're going to offer some bit miners as some prizes, and we're going to offer some USDT as well for people who would like to participate. So the top players are going to be rewarded really nicely. But yeah, man, some features that are going to be coming here in the future. The lightsaber we're adjusting to have it like where it's actually one hit, because right now, if I'm mistaken, it's 4 hits. Still, it's like a normal knife, but lightsaber is going to be 1 hit, 1 kill. We're adjusting that. We're adjusting the Gary, so that way he doesn't aggro just on one person the entire time, right, Yagobi?
Yagobi.
Well, it's not Gary. It's the damn what are they called? The drones.
Drones
or
the probes, orbs. Those orbs, man. I don't know if they don't like the name Yagobi or what, but I have to kill those before I can try to fight other people because there's 4 of them that don't like me. But anyways, continue on.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing some adjustments. The sniper rifle is looking amazing. To be honest, as of right now, is my favorite weapon in the game. You have to have your assault rifle, of course, and then you have to have your sniper rifle for that long range shot. We're going to be adjusting the scope on it because, like I mentioned to you guys before, and as you saw as well, it's nice like if there's a lot of lighting, but there's a lot of dark spots in the map. So we're going to make that a different color in the scope so that way people can see it more clearly. So we're looking forward for that. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to be adding as well here in the future. So this is the idea. The customizable world, everyone already knows that we're working on, and basically you're going to be able to make your own environment and things like that. Think of it like Roblox, right? We're also going to add another map to our game. So basically, it's going to be like an open world where you're actually going to be outside, and there's going to be things that you can actually do, and there's going to be other people outside as well, monsters and things like that you can actually kill. And the idea for this is to have a lot of fun gameplay where you can actually level up your character and your pets as well. You're going to be able to level those up as well. So that's going to be coming in the future as well. No timeline on that, but it'll be after the customizable world. And there's the video of the. Is this right now or of yesterday?
No, this is
right now.
This is live right now.
Oh, nice.
Trying to find you. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. This was just kind of a update of what to show the audience what the updates are, right? So the first thing is the profile is actually way better. It's cleaner looking. You can pick your avatar. Select whatever clan that you're a part of. Obviously, if you're good, then you're a part of Ordinal Revolution. If you're not, then one of these other ones. And then you get to select the mode, right? So I think, if you're going to be in the clan wars, then it's something that's pre-planned, right? So it's something that you're going to go into like tournament style. But if it's kind of battle royale, then you want to go into the Bitverse option there. And, that's what they're about to do here. But yeah, so definitely like the, update from the user dashboard side. Did that take a long time to update?
Not so much. Maybe like the UI, it didn't take so long to do, a few weeks. But the thing is the back end. Like when we adjust something, it affects other things, and then sometimes it causes some bugs and things like that. And we've we've cleaned up the code, and it's looking really smooth, and it's running a lot smoother. So it's easier for the devs, to continuously work on and adapt the game, adjust things, and yeah, there's the gameplay. It looks so clean now.
Yeah,
it's really coming along.
So Yokai Nexus, is that like a collaboration clan? Yokai Avengers and Nexus?
Yeah, they're.
Oh, okay, I see. Teaming up, Nikolai and Yokai. That's cool. But like one thing I was talking about yesterday, you can see our Ordinal Revolution brand up there, and then you see a bunch of other branding from our space. I love that Ordi Rocks, which is the OG project. You got, I think I saw Nat up there. Those are the things I'm talking about, guys. I hate those things. They literally follow me everywhere. But yeah, so when you're just in this kind of world, you feel at home. Block Runner right there. Shout out to them. You see, Bavo, man, BRC 420. You see all these other branding up here, which is really, really cool. I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna be adding, like, there's a center building right there. There's a big building, and there's also a big banner. We're gonna be increasing the size of those banners, and we'll put like some cool live scoring. Like for example, who's the top player, etc.
Yep. And that's the Ordinal Revolution orange Satoshi silencer sniper rifle. So that's pretty cool. So let me ask you a question. So like, what is the ideal situation you see, the community using the game for? What would you say? Would it be, because I know you guys have a relationship with Aletheus Agora, which is a predictions market. What would it look like? Basically, two clans that want to duel it out, or would it be more of like a kind of 4-clan battle? What would be the ideal kind of setup for a tournament?
Yeah, absolutely. 2 to 4, it's not an issue. But the idea is like that: is people to actually. I'm not sure if you've seen, but there's actually betting for other games as well, so people can really participate in the tournaments, make fun bets. Yeah, make some money just making bets on your team that you prefer. But we really just want to get everyone together, have a lot of fun with this, continue development, make the game even more enjoyable, and really get the Web 2, growth from Web 2 players as well on board into
Yeah.
Web 3. I think that's my main goal, really. So.
Absolutely, that would be amazing. With these type of first-person shooter games, for example, Call of Duty, Fortnite is a very popular one, right?
Yep.
But a lot of people can have custom skins and stuff like that. Is that coming? And I know you guys have a partnership with Bitmap Emporium, and I believe they have maybe like something like that coming. Could you talk a little bit about custom skins and what maybe the audience should look forward to on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the Bitmap Emporium. We have Bitmap Studios as well. Basically, if you have those assets, those ordinals, you'll be able to log in and you'll be able to select your skin that you want to roam around in the game. We have a few other ones that we're going to be adding as well. Some of the older BRC 420 skins.
Nice.
Yeah. On the next update though, basically, if you have any BRC 420 assets, it's going to automatically be able to detect it, and you'll be able to use it in the customizable world. So we're not going to be so limited to like which devs we're going to be adding to the game, etc. It's just going to be automatic. So it's going to be pretty cool.
Awesome. This guy's pretty good at maneuvering, even though he just got killed just now. But
was that you?
Can we give Gary a voice? A voice where he's saying security running around. I think that would be awesome. Nah, I'm just playing. But I do love the PvE stuff, the player versus environment. Do you have any plans for adding more PvE stuff?
Yeah. So after we finish up this customizable world, it's going to take probably another month and a half or two. We're going to be adding a new world, and that's going to be the RPG style. Where you're going to be able to actually level up your game. It's going to be feeling more like fantasy kind of vibes. Yeah, you're going to continue having the same maneuver. The same way you can control on this first person one. You'll be able to do on this RPG version one, but you'll be able to fight bosses, level up, and as you progress and get strong, you'll go to the more dangerous areas inside the game. So it'll be cool, man.
Love
sounds
it.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Love it.
If I was someone who wanted to play Clan Wars this weekend, and what steps should I take to kind of get in?
Yeah, go join our Discord. Join the Discord the team that you guys are wanting to. Shout out to them, have them participate. Like join Ordinal Revolution's Discord. Ask to join their team. Basically, join our Discord, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Where can I find the website and the password?
That's going to be on the beta testing. Yeah, that's on our Discord. So just Discord. Say hi on our general, ask for beta testing, and we'll give you guys access to that.
Amazing.
Yep. My last question for you is this: you mentioned the creator, platform or product that you guys are going to offer soon. What's the ideal kind of use case for that?
Yeah, man. So this is a really big step that we're doing for the next one, because everyone thinks of a Foxy. We're the first metaverse game. Okay, yes, we are, but we're also bigger than that. We're a platform, right? So people are going to be able to. So if you can imagine like this, you press like a tab button, and you'll be able to like select different servers, right? In a normal game, that's what you would do. So instead of like servers, we actually go to other games, right? So I can go into Ordinal Revolution's version of the game, right? Which is going to be like some kind of like federal bank heist. Let's just say. Sounds fun. So basically, you'll be able to just easily you'll see a list of other worlds or other games that people have created, and it'll show like how many players are in that world, and you'll just be able to jump straight in there. I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? I think I went off track.
Just basically, what's the ideal kind of use case for the builder, creator product? Would it be for, let's say, I guess you could throw out 2 or 3 different use cases. Like maybe it'd be for just someone just to be proud of something that they could build on with their bitmap, or maybe someone that's trying to build a business and actually earn or something like that?
Yeah, you can actually, so you can do it just for fun, but you can monetize from it. So you can create your own little game, you can create your own assets that you wish to sell on it, and people have to have that item to play or get a benefit from it. So you can definitely produce revenue from it, and that's great because we already have a really great we have a great size user base as well. So people will definitely from our Foxy would definitely roam into other games as well as they're curious and want to explore other games.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
Well, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the updates, and we look forward to you and see you next Tuesday.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right,
see you guys soon.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yep, take it easy, Aaron.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, amazing as always. Shout out to Foxy, shout out to Aaron. What they're building is pretty cool. Me, you, and a couple other community members last night were playing around in the game. We were sniping each other. It was fun. It was exciting, and I'm very proud to call them a partner because I do think they're building something truly special and not just no Ponzi scheme bullshit. This is an actual game and actual metaverse that we'll be able to play for years and years down the line with upgrades, probably forever. So.
Yep. I'm excited about it as well. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to get the pages together. There it is. All right, cool. So I'm good on that. All right. So we got do we got the banner? Okay. So for the people that have been waiting for this, this is the biggest secret, and it's worth $1 trillion secret. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not anything, super secret, but I think it's a good, we're just going to show you guys 2 good tools, I think, that you can utilize for the Bitcoin ecosystem, especially on layer 1 assets, to kind of maybe have a little bit of an edge, right? So I think the biggest advantage you can use or have is to utilize data. Data, to me, I'm a data person. I come from digital marketing background. So, using Google Analytics, that kind of stuff has always been, part of my job. And so over here, our data is through Genie Data, or now Ordinal Hive offers something cool too. So I'm going to share the screen here and kind of go through some, aspects of each. We'll start with Ordinal Hive. So a lot of you guys probably don't have this access, but if you want access to beta.ordinalhive.io, reach out to their Discord and tell them that you want to, have access to it. They will give it to you. They'll whitelist your Ordinal address. So the first thing you do is you go to the homepage here, and then you'll go to collections here, and then you'll click on activity. So we have talked about this before, but the reason why I look at this, and this is more of an advantage on the Ordinal side. So it's going to show you the activity of every Ordinal that's selling on the chain right now, right? So you can see this runestone sold 24 minutes ago. But what you want to look for is you want to start looking for trends, right? So you can see something like this trend right here that's building up with these runestones. Right, you see right here after the 3rd one, then you're like, okay, this is for sure a trend. So you get in at a cheaper price, and then you get in early, try to catch the trend early, and then you can flip once it goes to 0.009 or whatever it ends up doing. Right, obviously there's a lot of runestones, so it's going to be you have to look at the profit margin there. But this goes for anything. If nat cats start to catch, then you can catch it early. So this is one of the tools that I'll look at, right, to kind of get in early. What do you think about that, using that as strategy for secondary markets? This is not for mint.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this kind of really helps you got kind of push forward and really. So the whole aspect of just trading is just knowing what's happening, right? Understanding where you're at and what's going on in that very minute. And this is an easy way of doing that. The activity page for Ordinal Hive was so genius in the way of being an aggregator, because let's just say you want something, but you want it at a certain price, right? You're just not okay with the price that it's at. You can kind of sit here and kind of gauge what other people are paying. So sometimes something will happen where someone's go to Magic Eden and they list their Ordinal super cheap because they just want to sell it right then and there. You can kind of gauge that and kind of see where that's at, and maybe just kind of see where it's going as well, because a lot of times too it's foreshadowing what happens next.
Yeah, and in our space, this is how it works. Really, like literally, you'll have like communities that push the floor price up. So what you can do is try to catch it early, right? I mentioned this with like multiple different ordinals last week, I think, or the week before. Like, ALU went on a run. If you caught it at 0.008, then you could have flipped it at 0.015. But you got to have tools and data to be able to reference and catch it early. So this is just one of them, and that's from Ordinal Hive so far. Ordinal Hive is also building out more tools and stuff like that. So this is really their original intention, was to create tools like this so traders could take advantage. All right, so the next one is GenieData.com. So GenieData has been in our space for a long time. Adiv is really, the person, I guess that represents GenieData in the West. Yeah, in the West, and he, we've known him for a very long time. But any type of data point, you're going to be able to really grab from GenieData. So technically, you could probably see what's hot on secondary market. But really, where I look for GenieData is what's minting. What is minting? Or it'll show what's in the mempool here. You can see here, what's in the mempool, what's hot. But like, for example, runes, you can see mempool minting activities, right? So you can see the runes that are having some momentum push, like, and then you just further research it, right? Take this ticker, put it in the Twitter or X or whatever, and then research it, right? So you can get into these mints early and see which ones are hot and really try to, I guess, like get in, get that alpha early before it mints out. Obviously there is a danger to this. The danger is that if something's hot, that means it's hot. That means that you got to be very, very careful with what you're gonna do with your fee price that you want to put in the mempool, because like people are gonna try to front run you, right? So, with that being said, you can utilize these tools, and then you can also see the mint ranks here as well. And I think this is BRC20. Yeah, BRC20. You can see BRC20's mints as well. And one thing I always look for mints is holders. Like there's 260,000 uncommon goods holders. Uncommon goods is obviously not a brand new token, but it's been the mechanism of it. If you've been in the space for a while, you know that this is going to be a top one, because the supply doesn't cap until next halving, right? But yeah, so that's something that Wonderland Rabbit's in here too. So this one's probably open ended as well. But you can see here.
What's the Leonidas?
Where?
Up there it says the Leon. The hottest one in the yellow. Up. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, it's Leonidas' face.
Yo, cool. That would be crazy if this was like his second. He would never do like
no way.
Not like this. But look at these mints, man. You can see like, is this Magisat? I think this is Magisat Marketplace. You have Magic Eden, OKX, and this is another awesome thing. You can see where they're minting from.
Yeah.
You click on it and you see all this stuff. But I mean, how many holders? So 800 holders. Yeah. So it's something that looks like it's heating up. And this is the heat map, right? So you can see what's hot, like with runes here. You can see what's hot with BRC20s, images. So images are going to be, obviously like ordinals that are probably minting. If you click mint here, you can also see. So, just mess around with the GenieData platform. It's GenieData.com, as well as beta.ordinalhive.io. And the beta.ordinalhive.io, you do have to request access and just give them your address and they'll whitelist you there. But hopefully that helps you guys. Like I said, I always say, we want you guys to take something from the show and hopefully educate yourself with it. So
yeah, there's one more too. It's the Sacco app for iOS. If you guys have an iOS phone, download Sacco app. It's safe. Don't worry about it. These guys have been a team here for a while, and they have a thing called the King of the Hill. And you can, it'll actually, even download the app, just let the app give you notifications, because it's helped me so much to kind of know what's going on. I get like maybe 2 notifications a day, but it'll tell me like what's hot, and you can get in super early because it'll know what's hot like at like 30%, rather than you just like not knowing. You get it right to your phone. You can run down your computer or run up to your computer depending on where it's at, and you can really just kind of have a really good way. So Sacco app is another one, and if you guys have other ones, put them in the comments below. We would love to know what you guys check daily, and kind of help our community really kind of know the tools to use, especially when things are going to get really exciting in the next couple months.
Absolutely. Yeah, SatGo is one that I wanted to showcase too. Unfortunately, it is only a mobile app. So well, actually, you know what? I think I saw they do have a website, but I think it's more information, right? It's informational. So
Well,
no,
it lets
no.
you download the app. Yeah.
Yeah, let me showcase it real quick just for
Yeah,
them.
I
So
would love to see it.
satgo.io, satgo.io. So it looks
Oh,
like
wow, they
did.
upgraded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
awesome.
did add the website. So you can see here, you can see what's minting out. So this is the third one. You know, we want to bring you guys the resources here. You can see the daily gainers. King of the Hill has to be somewhere. You can see top traded runes. But this makes me bullish on the ecosystem, man. Like, you know, the more data tools that you have, the more interest in builders there are. So there's definitely more builders coming to the Bitcoin ecosystem. That is a fact.
So check them out, guys. That's satgo.io for sure. And a couple more banners here. Sat,
well, real quick,
SATGO.
Yeah, KaiFX said SetGo. No, it's sat SATGO.io. And Shizzy loves the app. I have it as well. I need to dive into it as well. It is on the Apple Store though.
Yeah, there it is right there. Satgo.io on the left bottom. I have a couple more banners. Cool if I just jump into them.
Yep.
All right. So a couple things were happening. Something pretty big. So Bitcoin OS, attention all bosses. Sovereign, the Kickstarter and incubator of Bitcoin OS, announces the pre-sale of Boss token, the gas token for Bitcoin compute. So we talked about Arch earlier. We talked about Saturn and everything they're building. So Bitcoin OS is kind of building something similar, but completely different in the same way. The same way it's similar is they're running a prover network behind the scenes that's going to finalize on Bitcoin. But what's different is they're going after chains. They're going after bridges and bridging assets from UTXO to UTXO chain, and it's really exciting. And we had them on over the weekend, and potentially have them on again tomorrow. That's the rumor right now, right?
I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make it, possibly, because they did actually. I don't know if you saw their other announcement today. I think they did a ZK transaction with Merlin chain on Bitcoin today.
Whoa.
So it was a pretty big announcement. Let me see. Oh yeah, right here. Actually, let me share this while you are talking about them. You can see right here it says Boss executes first ZK bridge transaction on Bitcoin. It's official. Boss and Merlin Layer 2 have executed the first ever Bitcoin zero knowledge. That's what ZK stands for. Bridge transaction on testnet. Cryptographic bridging with Bitcoin is no longer Ethereum. It's reality. Here's what happened. So this was kind of like a little bit of a hurdle for Merlin, was the current bridging mechanisms, right? Like, because if you try to bridge an ordinal over, there's like, I don't know how many blocks it takes, but there's just like this kind of like a little bit of a hurdle, right? So what there's going to be like multiple options for this now. Like what Bitcoin OS does is they're using their prover network, right, for the compute side of bridging assets from Bitcoin to Merlin and vice versa. So it's going to be very, very interesting how this ends up playing out, because it's definitely minimal trust assumptions compared to like a traditional MPC wallet. So you're going to have this, but then also in the future, you're going to like, probably in the near future, you're having Emblem Vault also building their jump feature from Bitcoin to Merlin too. So people that were sleeping on Merlin, I feel bad for you, son, because I'm about to have 99 problems and Merlin ain't one. And tomorrow is going to be a big day with the BTC. That was pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
The BTC.fun is going to be talking about their launch right around the corner. So
I feel like Paul Revere right now, running through the streets saying, the bridges are coming, the bridges are coming, the bridges are coming, because people's been so like out on like bridging and stuff like that. I think once we get to a point where you don't even realize you're bridging, to the point of using something like Emblem, where it's one boom, done, and then something like Bitcoin OS where it's very quickly you're over there, right? So I just think that I think people, the maxis over here, the layer 1 maxis, are going to get left behind a little bit if you're not open-minded, because there's a lot of really smart people building a lot of really cool stuff, and I think neglecting that is going to be stupid. And that's why we showcase Merlin. That's why we showcase Fractal, and we probably need to start looking into other layer 2s as well, maybe BitLayer or what's the big one?
Botonics.
Botonics. Now what's the
Core.
No, this
Cordell? B squared.
B squared. I mean, there's hundreds. You can go on and on and on. we can sit here all day. I gotta go for one-to-ones. But guys, if you guys are interested, check out Sovereign, check out Bitcoin OS. You know, if you do have the extra cash, I mean, if I was gonna buy a token, the Boss presale seems to be. I mean, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I don't want to tell anyone what to do. But if you're interested, just head over to Bitcoin OS's Twitter. I'm sure that they can walk you through how to be a part of Sovereign's launchpad presale of the Boss token. I'm super, super bullish on that.
Well, I think anything interoperability with Bitcoin native assets is going to be a huge play. If you're a paid member of Ordinal Revolution YouTube channel, please go check out our members AMA with Jake Gallen and Emblem Vault, as there was a special offering to only our members in there, and it gives you early round access. I'll say that, so you could probably put 2 to 2 together. I mean, to me, I think that one is a solid one. Obviously, not financial advice at all, but Emblem to me is going to be huge, and they have a crazy dev that is originally Bitcoin native, you know, and then went over to Ethereum when they got the Bitcoin devs got pushed out, and now they're back. So, super excited about this.
Yeah, man. And if you guys haven't checked out the Bitcoin OS video yet, go check that one out. Very, very knowledgeable. I mean, he is absolutely amazing. That team over there is building something cool. But his backstory of you know, finding Bitcoin, spilling coffee on his laptop, finding Tiny inside, who is not Tiny, inside of a Panera Bread, sitting there for 2 hours, 6 blocks, waiting for the transaction to go through to get his first Bitcoin. It was an amazing story.
Yeah. You skipped the craziest part of when he was a little kid and he was like grabbing gold from different places. Oh my god, it's like when he was telling us that story, gold. I was like, this is a Hollywood script.
It really is. All right, next topic here, Airhead Mint update. They said today is here, the rundown. So far 7,500 wallets had their chance to mint. Now we're adding 2,200. So it's not done yet. So I kind of want to talk about this a little bit because some of our community members are a little confused about this too. It dropped 99%, but you guys don't understand. So there's different categories to these mints. Originally, the first one was the bedridden. This is the number one. This is the one that's going for 0.065, and it's still going pretty high. It's still going for around that number. And then you have different other categories, right? Think of that one as the red eyes OMB, the blue eyes OMB, right? You got to think of it in that layers. And then you got potentially the orange eyes as like the medium, right? So, and then you have the extra small and stuff like that. So yeah, the extra smalls are, you know, down 99, like they're down. They're not down a lot because they didn't pay a lot for them. You paid the payment that you deserved from the oil wallet, depending on what you got. So I think that's why people are confused. Yeah, the extra small are going for like $300, but I'm bullish on this dude. I'm bullish on Arthur Hayes. He has 60 Bitcoin now in his chamber, ready to go. I think Arthur Hayes doesn't need the money. The oil wallet team really doesn't need the money. I think they have a lot of backing. But I think they're going to do something really cool for Airhead holders. I don't know what it is. Speculation from me. But what do you think? Do you think they're going to just pocket this money, or do you think they're going to really benefit the holders of these Airheads?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? Because, you know, Arthur Hayes is obviously a big, you know, profile in the Bitcoin ecosystem, but it's different than like Udi. Like I feel like the reason why I'm bringing up Udi is because Udi like launched the Quantum Cats, and I feel like they're kind of similar with like a big person that was big in the Bitcoin ecosystem backing or get behind a project, right? But Udi really has kind of been like on the outside circle of ordinals and BRC20s and stuff the entire time. Like if you remember, like back when we made that like video trolling Greg Foss, remember? Like like and stuff like that was like everybody loved Udi, and I mean a lot of people still like him a lot in our space, but so I don't know if he has that same passion for our space as Udi did. You know, so that's what's going to determine if this thing is successful or not, because Quantum Cats cost a decent amount of money to mint, and then it got to a certain really good floor. But that came with effort and engaging with community and communicating all the time. And Udi comes off as, I don't know if he's a traditional Bitcoin dev or whatever, but he knows what he's talking about. And so when he communicates to his community in the Bitcoin ecosystem, people listen. So I just don't see Arthur Hayes having that same type of effect. Now, his team, I don't know. So really, at the end of the day, all they need to do is just make sure that the floor price is stable and strong. If they let it fall and they kind of do what Yuga did with their project early on and just went away, 12-fold or whatever it was called, then it's not gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree with you on that aspect, but I just think that Arthur Hayes, I don't think he'd put his name on this if he didn't have a plan, right? He's not that guy. He's not stupid. He's been in Bitcoin for a long time. He's very rich. He doesn't need your 60 Bitcoin, right? I'm sure he has, a lot of Bitcoin. But I do think that he's aiming for legacy. These airheads will be on chain forever, right? They're going to be on chain forever. There's no taking them down. This is Bitcoin. This is not Ethereum. Those images will be in Bitcoin forever. So I just think that he's trying to make something funny, and this is actually funny. The airheads they're actually, the bedridden stuff. It's funny, right? We're not making fun of fat people here. We're making fun of these airheads. So it's just like, it's one of those things where I just think that Arthur Hayes, he's gonna make this his legacy. I truly believe that. So I'm kind of in on this. I think that $300, I'm gonna buy some small ones and just kind of sit on them for a while and kind of see what happens. But I do think that 60 Bitcoin is going to be ammunition, and he's really going to start shooting shots. And I think he's going to benefit his holders. And he wants to beat Udi. I think he's competitive. I think he's very competitive, and he wants his project to be number one.
So Elias Lululu says that airheads are never gonna mint out. I thought they minted out already. No.
He said at this price. So people are not understanding that the 0.065. So it's not for everyone. That's only the bedridden ones, right? So there's also other ones. There's also the other ones, and so the 2400 aren't even eligible till today. It didn't even open up yet. So I think people are really So Arthur, they didn't do a good job of explaining this properly, because a lot of people are still really confused on what is going on here. And I think that's why there's a lot of FUD and a lot of dumping.
Yeah. Well, communication is a big part of success in our space. I'll tell you that. So, I mean, he has the name and probably the resources to fix it. Let's see if he does. I think that's 100%. Where we can kind of leave that.
I mean, 60 Bitcoin is a lot of resources, right? You can
so it is, but we'll see. Because I think a lot of people probably try to eat that 60 Bitcoin up pretty quick. So we'll see.
Couple more things here. We'll be quick about it though. Unisat Goodwill Credit now is live. What is Goodwill Credit? Goodwill Credit is a virtual FB that can be used towards service fees, offset, and other benefits across our products. So if you were someone who used the testnet, if you were someone who has a lot of Unisat points, or if you were someone who was playing with Unisat very early before Pizza Swap, then you probably have some of these FB credits. These FB credits cannot be traded, but they can be used as gas and other things. So potentially you won't be paying gas for a long time. You can, when you bridge in and out, you can use it'll pop up an option. Would you want to use your virtual FB, or do you want to use your FB? And so it's kind of like their thank you for using. I wish they would just gave you regular FB, but they probably see people just dumping it and then mess up the price even worse. But that's why they gave you virtual FB, so you will be able to pay the gas fees in this virtual FB. How do you feel about this?
Well, the virtual FB is going to go to the miners, and then the miners are going to dump it. So at the end of the day, it's going to be the same thing, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I guess that's better than just selling it into like regular BTC or whatever, right? So
but you can only use a little bit at a time. Like you can't the miners are going to get it, but the miners are going to get it over time, right? Because you're not going to make a 10,000. I mean, for a full FB, that's like 150 transactions, right? It's a lot of transactions over there. So if they give you 10 free FB, you can't sell it, but you can use it for So I don't know how I felt about this. It wasn't part of the news, so I did want to bring it up. But our last thing here is really important. Fluid tokens, guys. Get bullish on these guys, because in the coming months we will bridge our token to Bitcoin as a rune. No additional tokens, just one multi-chain token to rule them all. The ticker is FLDT. So it's going to be 1-to-1 with the Cardano token. We are super bullish on this. And they've also started with, in the next few days, FLDT will be used to run Aquarium validators and onboard the next cohort of Bitcoin partners. So they're using this, it's this validator system called Aquarium, it's going to be powered by FLDT. So you'll be staking FLDT, and you'll be using this to kind of use the account abstraction to use the Cardano token using your Bitcoin wallet. So this is pretty amazing. Raul was I actually had a question because I saw him post about this, so I want to get verification, and it seems really awesome. Let's see if I can find the tweet really quickly. Fluid. Let me type it in. But what he said was, let me tell you what my question was first. I said, I came across it and it sounds really exciting. Could you explain aquarium validators? Are they how and how they work? He goes, so if you try the account abstraction and you may be asked yourself, how can I send a transaction on Cardano using a Bitcoin wallet? Like the signature is yours, but Xverse or Unisat don't even know what is Cardano. That's thanks to Aquarium. A network of validators users staking FLDT, they're running their bot, will send the transaction for you and get a small fee for it. So the FLDT stakers into Aquarium's validator system will get that fee of when you're using the Cardano network with your Bitcoin wallet. So it's really awesome. How do you feel about this Aquarium validator system?
I feel amazing about it. I feel like really grateful that Fluid is one of our partners, and credit to you for spotting that out very early, that they were uber talented, and the thing about them is they're really having their fingerprints in different areas. So there was a question from Stevers that said, do you think Fluid tokens will use BOSS to bridge Cardano? So eventually, yes. I do know that they do have a partnership that should be, I think, maybe Q1 or Q2 for that. But they are also building on Arch network to make the lending side more seamless and quick, right? So, and then they have their staking vaults on Bitcoin layer 1, which they're not going to change that, because that is the most beautiful way to have DeFi on Bitcoin layer 1, with block lock technology to a certain block height, dude, you can't beat that, so I'm just super bullish on their team and Raul and their tech team and everything about them right now. They're just on fire, and I'm happy for them. I know we say that a lot. It's just you see, and a lot of every one of our partners, that's I'm kind of I don't want to give ourselves a pat on the back because I hate doing that. But I'll say our process of picking partners is starting to show fruition, right? Because all these guys right here are amazing builders that have been in the space, put their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and now you're starting to see the success from it. Yeah,
I agree 100%. We have a couple questions here in the chat before we end this stream here. Well, I got a couple statements. Yasher is not happy with the Airhead Mint. So
I'm not seeing it on the launchpad, by the way, Elias. I went to the launchpad, it's not there.
For what?
Unless they took it down for Airheads. There's no launchpad.
Oh, it's on the oil wallet. Oil wallet only.
Oh, I thought they launched on Magic Eden. Interesting.
Nah, it's oil wallet. Yeah, he said Elias said Airheads are not going to min out, not going to touch his price. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just have a feeling. And then Yasher goes, personally, I do not like the project. And after being early on the project, it did not whitelist me. Even being a supporter from the beginning, also the oil wallet is basically trash. I agree with that. It's garbage. Yasher said, I also bought the poor head, but still did not get my whitelist. No, not my interesting project in general. Yeah, I mean, I do see the FUD there. Not FUD. I do see the hate there, and it's it's warranted. But I don't know. I just have a feeling. Elias says no. Check the mint, please. It did not mint out. I just thought they stopped it. Maybe I could be the one wrong. And Yasher said no, it did not mint out. So yeah, it hasn't mint out. Their project is a failure. Lots of mistakes. Most importantly,
is that from Yasher again?
That's Yasher again, man. He
does not like
hates this.
I get it.
And
though.
he said, Fluid team are so modest, and they are pro. Yeah, I agree. So I do love how he was trashing Arthur Hayes and that unit, and then he's saying, it's complete opposite about Fluid. So Yasher's just a really, really smart guy. I mean, 100% factual. That's what I'm saying. So I do, so I'm kind of taking in what you're saying here, and it's kind of changing my POV a little bit. So
in real
it's one
time,
of
you're
those-
seeing Shizzy
in real
change his
time, it
mind.
really is.
Hey,
So I don't know.
That's how
I don't
much.
know.
Yeah, sure. You should feel special because that's how special you are. That you were able to change Shizzy's. You know how hard that is. You know how stubborn this guy is. You were able to change his mind through your comments. Keep it up,
Not
buddy.
fully, not fully. But Cat Daddy says oil wallet was buggy. Yeah, it's trash. It's complete trash. Eli said, "Love you guys. Still fluid all the way." Shout out to you, and he says fluid. Yup. And I want to get to make sure you guys all had some comments. So okay, here's a good one. Where was it? Where was it?
Was it the buy Shizzy?
Yeah,
Shizzy will buy our
where's that
bags.
guy? Do you see that?
Right
Yeah.
here, right here.
Yeah,
He
that's
said,
Shizzy will
"Screw
be
you guys, I'm
excellent.
going home."
Excellent question.
Yeah.
Screw you guys are gonna. Shout out to you. I think your first time you ever saw your name. Please make roll call because I would love to say your name in the roll
Yeah.
call. But
This is a good question,
God.
though. I think we should answer. So Elias
Yeah.
Lulu says, "Could you explain what the fluid passes will do in the future?" So you definitely want to hold on to those because what that initial staking vault closed, right?
Yeah, but that was
Okay,
for Bitcoin
so
only though.
yeah. So they right after they issued the fluid passes, they created a Bitcoin vault to where people could, stake their fluid passes and earn Bitcoin. It wasn't a substantial amount of Bitcoin, but it was, cool that they could show the mechanism and they wanted to test it out. But what you're going to be able to do for the next round of staking is you're going to be able to earn the fluid Bitcoin runes token next. So they're going to be 1-to-1. So they're not creating a new token and I guess in theory, right? In theory, it's going to be the same token. It's just whenever they're going to allow you to bridge over to Cardano and back ends can be 1-to-1. So same supply, but you're going to be able to stake your fluid passes to earn. And obviously the more rare fluid pass you have, the more reward you're going to get with that rune token. So hopefully that answers.
Because I'm not telling you guys what to do, right? Not even a little bit here. But what I've done is I bought a bunch of these, and they're super cheap. You're gonna be able to stake. So the fluid token is going to be a rune, like Yagobi said, and you're gonna be earning this. So yeah, to me, Raul is gonna want as many people to have runes on the ecosystem as possible, and I think in his way of doing it here is going to be doing this pass. So they're still pretty cheap. I was lucky enough and smart enough to grab a bunch of the black ones. The black ones are they're a little expensive now. 00015, I think it's the cheapest one now. But you can see the floor on this, dude. It is so light. Like it goes 008.
Oh my god!
But this can easily
What's
get to 003.
Orange is more rare than the white one, right? Or gray?
I think it's orange, silver, black. I think the silver ones. So you can, if you click on them, you can see
the supply.
See. Yeah, let me go to so
that's
not
so
supply, but
cheap.
Yeah, I know. I might actually buy this live in my other wallet. So I don't know. But and then you guys will have an opportunity to stake them. You will have to pay to stake them. I think it's gonna be a couple bucks to do it, but yeah, I think people are messing up by selling these so cheap. They're gonna regret that. But
Yep. That's interesting. And then WebDro asked, how many passes can I stake in one transaction again? So I'm not sure what they're gonna limit to that, but you'll be able to see it right when the vault opens, is they're gonna show a maximum per wallet. So that is actually an attribute that whoever creates the staking vaults will put in there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But so on the first one, I was able to do 13 in one transaction with no problem. So.
And Steve, I'm going to skip your question for now, but I'm going to get back to that statement actually, because I think that's a good one. Because I want to continue this conversation about the staking. So Mike Bennett says, if I stake my runestone in Fluid, will it still show in my wallet to receive next airdrop? Absolutely. So just for the people that want to know why I always call the staking on Bitcoin Layer 1 so beautiful, the way that Fluid does it, it is completely non-custodial. So how does that work? You're probably wondering. So when you actually agree to this, so it's a transaction, like on Bitcoin Layer 1, you can do very minimal, like it's not even considered computation, but it's a command, right? And the command is that you're going to lock up whatever you stake into one of thousands of Bitcoin addresses that's assigned to each of your Bitcoin wallets. And I can, Shizzy can attest to this that you have thousands of addresses, because he had to use Sparrow Wallet to sift through them to find his Bitcoin once he got it. So what Fluid does is they pick one of those addresses randomly, right? And then it's dedicated to your staking address, right? But it's yours. It's a part of your wallet. So example, the runestone will go to that one of thousands of addresses that you have. It's going to be dedicated to the staking vault. And then the airdrop comes because they're going to do the snapshot. They'll see that staking address has your runestone in it. They'll airdrop whatever to that address. And once you have your unlock date on your Fluid staking vault, it's so easy. I did it. You literally just claim your assets back, but you'll get all of everything that's in that address. You'll get back to your main address on your Bitcoin wallet in one transaction. So that's the beauty of it. You absolutely get everything back.
Yeah, 100%. So
And
anything airdrop to that,
airdrop,
you'll get it. Yep. So so even if, like, let's just say you, like, down the line, someone puts a puppet in there, puppets get airdrops, you'll get everything back once you claim. You won't get it right then and there. You won't be able to get it until the block lock is done.
It's unlocked,
but you will get it for sure. So I mean, you do have to make sure that you don't want to sell it right away or whatever. But like that's a choice that you have to make. Decisions are a part of the game that we play. But you'll get everything that you deserve back, depending on if you want to do it or not. But highly recommend that. And with the passes, you will get the Fluid rune, but staking that. So that hasn't even started yet. So if you guys were interested in that, again, not telling you what to do, not telling you, but I do have 13, and I want to get 7 more. So that's just my goal.
Man, this guy right here, when he goes in, he goes in. All right, Steve Verse says, also pay attention if you stake Merle on Avalon Labs. Their TVL is getting high with many partnerships. Don't keep your Merle doing nothing. I like that mentality. Yeah. Obviously, make the best decision for yourself. Do the math, do all that stuff. But Steve Verse, like where your mind is at. And then Yasher says, Fluid Pass that I have is not for sale ever. And it says it's valuable as Ordinal Revolution OG Pass and ORDSR Pass. Holding them gives you more value than it costs. Fluid just needs more publicity. Yep, I agree there. But yeah, and look, they're getting it, guys. Believe me, people are very interested in them. And then last thing here, Mike Bennett says, great explanation, so awesome. Appreciate that, sir, and we hope that helped you out. But I think that's it.
100%. Yep, that's it for today, guys. Again, let's kind of go over what tomorrow is all about one more time, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so don't miss tomorrow's. It's basically a pre-launch party AMA for BTC.fun, which is a similar pump fund mechanism, but it's much more fair in my opinion. That's a little hint, free and fair. They're bringing the mechanics of Bitcoin over to like Merlin chain, which is a fast-paced environment. And so you just want to make sure you join that. And then also we're going to be doing a giveaway for 2,000 Merlin tokens if you're in the audience. And all you'll have to do is type like make Bitcoin fun again.
Bitcoin fun again.
Yeah, make Bitcoin fun again in the chat for tomorrow. And then you'll be added to the wheel, but it's going to be super exciting. Yeah, sure. Here, I knew someone was going to do that right away. But we're going to have some great guests on. I believe Adam McBride's going to come in a little bit later. We're going to have Fonzie. We're going to have Jeff, of course. We're going to have a lot of people. Mr. J, Eric, BRC20 Coins is going to join us. So it's going to be a fun time. Make sure you join us.
Yeah. And tomorrow, as soon as you get in, guys, say make Bitcoin fun again. So the first hour is our normal ordinal hour, but the second hour at 12 we'll start that amazing show, and that could go 2 hours, 3 hours. Tomorrow's going to be the last day of the week for us. We're off Thursday and Friday. Just another heads up. We will have videos for you guys though, probably all weekend. I'll try to get as many as possible, even if they're short. Maybe definitely a members video on Sunday. We really appreciate you guys, and yeah. So tune in tomorrow. Make Bitcoin fun again as soon as possible, and we'll get you guys registered on the wheel.
Yep. And guys, we appreciate all 583 one of you guys watching us. It's very special to us that you guys, allow us to do what we love to do. So if you do have some extra time, please check out our partners, Emblem Vault. You can learn more about them at emblem.vision, but they're going to be the interoperability main tool, in my opinion. That is a quick, useful tool. You're going to be able to use their jump action feature with their LIP protocol. You're going to be able to jump ordinals from Bitcoin to Merlin, Bitcoin to ETH in one gas transaction, Solana as well. So make sure you're checking those guys out. Extremely amazing people there. Jake Allen, Adam McBride, and Shannon, their main dev. So check them out, emblem.vision. BetBTC is the premier predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you to be able to place your bets on different markets. They have a lot of Bitcoin focused markets. Go check them out. And then I think they're going to be rolling out their Thanksgiving Day football market. So look out for that tomorrow. You can visit them at betbtc.win. They're going to have their create your own market soon. I want to say in a week and a half, 2 weeks, you're going to be able to earn off of that, off of the volume. So I think they're doing something crazy, like half of the, I'll let them kind of explain that part, but you can be able to earn. You can also deposit, as long as you have Bitcoin in your Xverse wallet, you can deposit directly from your Xverse wallet on their website. It takes 6 blocks, but after that, you can start placing bets. So visit betbtc.win. Bitperp, our guys, the perps and leverage decks of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They are on testnet right now at B Squared, Core DAO, and BitLayer, soon to be Botonics, and that will be the next paper trading competition, which will be here, I would say, a week and a half, 2 weeks as well. There's going to be a cash prize with that one, I believe, USDT, but you can visit them at bitperp.io and learn more. They are supposedly going to have a lot of runes that you're going to be able to trade, so it should be very, very exciting, guys. Ordinal Hive is the aggregator ordinal marketplace for Bitcoin layer 1 and layer 2. You're going to be able to find the cheapest ordinals around on Ordinal Hive, guys, because they pull from everywhere. Also, they have amazing analytics. We just showed you today. You're going to be able to see what is hot on secondary markets. So make sure you visit them at beta.ordinalhive.io. If you're not whitelisted for the beta site, go to their Discord and request it. They'll hook you up. And then Fluid Tokens, we just talked about them, guys. Innovators in the space, amazing UTXO devs that came from Cardano. They're still building on Cardano, but they're building on Bitcoin as well. They have the staking vaults that we just showed you guys or talked about. If you are an Ordinal collection founder or a Runes founder, then you can reach out to Raul, which is the CTO, and you can get your community to be able to stake your assets to earn more assets, right? BTC or Runes or whatever you want. Raul will hook you up. If you can't get in contact with him for some reason, reach out to us. We'll hook you up with him and try to get you guys set up with that. And then Foxy is building the metaverse and Bitcoin with the Foxy Bitverse, guys. Check these guys out. You saw the video earlier. That game is coming along really, really nice. We played it for, I would say, about an hour last night, almost an hour, about 45 minutes. It was very, very fun. I can't wait till it gets competitive. For me, I'm always about competition. So once, people are putting up a little bit of, Bitcoin maybe up against each other, I think that's going to be really fun. But they also have the bit miners, guys, where you can actually mine real assets. The first campaign they had for the Cosmic, the most rare ones, you could get TAP and USDT Solana. The next one up is Ultra Mythic. So be ready if you have one of those, because they're going to start that campaign very, very soon. I think it's going to be a rune, maybe Doggo to the Moon. We'll see. Also, the Satoshi Silencer, that collab is coming up. We actually have a meeting today about that. So just hang tight, guys. I promise it's coming. We just want to do it right. And then finally, Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you are a builder on L1 and you want your protocol to be a little bit more flexible, something that people are more familiar with in that type of degen environment, reach out to Merlin. Their team is amazing with builder support, and you can actually qualify for a grant. A couple of our partners already did that, like Ordinal Hive and Emblem Vault. So if you're a serious builder, they will definitely consider you. And so make sure you apply. And also, if you're a user, you can swap for Doggo to the Moon and other runes and BRC20s on merlinswap.org. So we thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. And guys, if you have any more time, please check out ordinalrevolution.com. We have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and go up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, we have the best VPN, NordVPN. I'm always in Switzerland hanging out with Raul. But no, I use the Switzerland one. It's kind of my favorite, but you guys can use whatever. And just so you guys know, when a website geo blocks you, it's not your country. It's not illegal to do this. Don't listen to these websites. You don't have to. Just use a VPN and you guys can do that. It's, and with, privacy will always be all right. Especially as Americans, we should be able to use VPNs. And if, let's just say you're worried about your Magic Eden, we're not 100% sure if the VPN is going to work, but it's still worth a try. So definitely get a VPN so maybe you guys can get your ME airdrop, because they're not doing to Americans or UK people, which sucks. But if you guys are going to Bitcoin at 2025 Las Vegas, we have tickets here. Do not wait till next year to get your tickets. Get them as soon as possible and get them through our link here. It helps the show. We really appreciate that. But again, if you guys wanted the whale pass, it's like $3,000, but like when Bitcoin Nashville, it was like 30,000. I had someone saying, "Yo, I'm about to sell my freaking whale pass for like 10x." And I was like, "That's wild. It's wild." But get your tickets as soon as possible. And if guys need merch, we have some of the best merch in all of Bitcoin and all of crypto. Really, check this out. Kind of go down. We do have some Billy Cats. We have the school bag. We have Alu pandas. And go to view all. And then it will take you to hoodies, t-shirts. It's it's hoodie season, guys. I love a good hoodie. And if the chancellor is on the brink of second ballot for banks, this is what is in the Genesis block. Check that one out. We got the hamster, we got the puka, we got the memento memore. We are all Satoshi. We got Gizmo, Goosenals, and so much more, guys. Check everything out at ordinalrevolution.com. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday. Not this week, Monday to Wednesday, but normally Monday to Friday. Really appreciate you guys. 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, we OG. Oh no, OG. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to overload. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookie on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls that I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.